So we've got a bunch of stuff to go over here for the Montreal Canadiens in today's show. These are kind of smaller topics. I didn't want to go out there and make a full-length video commentary on any of these, really, because I didn't really think they warranted that kind of a discussion. But breaking it down into smaller bits and pieces that are digestible in one bigger video, I think is an appropriate way to talk about this information. So today, we've got a really surprising update on PATRIK LAINE. We've got some news on Ivan Demidov that I think y'all are going to want to hear, as well as a few updates of guys at the World Championships. Now, there are a few other stories that we could go over in regards to the Canadiens. In particular, the AHL team is doing pretty well. There are some names that are tearing it up around the NHL in the playoffs so far that were former Canadiens, but ultimately I wanted to stay a bit local here. And local is where we will begin. Because when it comes to a guy who is participating in local activities and putting himself in this position, we have one in PATRIK LAINE. Take a look at this article that was posted on lapochebleu.com by Jeff Drouin. It was talking about how PATRIK LAINE will familiarize himself with Montreal. Take a look at this right here. PATRIK LAINE is going to stick around in Montreal instead of going elsewhere in the summer. Many people wish Laine wouldn't be back with the Canadiens lineup next season, but everything indicates that won't be the case. Number 92, despite all the criticism heaped on him, has been one of the key pieces in this epic journey to a current spring waltz. Laine was very quiet at the end of the season and during the series against the Capitals, certainly damaging his reputation as a guy who gets his bacon, quote-unquote. But despite everything, Kent Hughes' dialogue during last press conference seems eager to see Laine back in uniform in the 25-26 campaign. Moreover, in view of this fact, Laine and his partner Jordan Lee will spend the entire summer in Montreal. Now that is particularly interesting, and it's something that I think might have been a bit unexpected here, but it's a welcome surprise. The article here says the only time the couple will leave Quebec will be to travel to Florida in June to get married. The couple's goal is to continue to stay in the city to familiarize themselves with Montreal. This includes shows, festivals, and the terraces that adorn this luminous city. This is what Laine submitted to Journal de Montréal regarding the city of Montreal. I love it here. We heard so many great things about Montreal in the summer, so we decided to stay in the area while I train. By the way, among the activities the couple will be doing, there obviously will be Montreal's Grand Prix, and as a soccer fanatic, Laine will certainly attend a few CF Montreal and Roses games. There is so much to see in Montreal. We will explore and discover what the city has to offer. Jordan is the queen of organizers. I trust her. We will have a great time. And so for Laine, this is a really nice change of pace. It's a positive discussion to have about the guy, because not only is it that Laine wants to be a part of the Canadiens team, not only is it that he spoke out about how the Habs reignited his love for playing hockey, and it played a very important role in getting his mojo back as a pro athlete, but turns out he also does like the city itself too, to be able to stick around in the summer and not go elsewhere. He's setting a good example for some of these other Canadiens young guys. I did see some replies going out there and saying, hey, like, I wish some of the other younger guys would stay too, like Slavkovsky or Demidov or Caulfield. Now, Jordan Decker here, I don't think we've actually gotten any word as to what some of these other young guys are going to do, but Laine sticking around here does prove to a certain extent his dedication and admiration for being on the Canadiens. I get that everybody can be frustrated with the way that he was inconsistent this year. When he was on, he scored a goal a game during certain stints, but it wasn't like that for the majority of the year. But if there's one thing that cannot be questioned, it's the fact that PATRIK Laine wants to be in Montreal. Literally with the Canadiens, and also in the city itself. Now, shifting gears a little bit, let's talk about some of the other guys that the Montreal Canadiens have been blessed to have grace their organization, because we had some news to go over with Ivan Demidov. Take a look at this. He was nominated as the KHL's Rookie of the Year, along with Semyon, and you're going to have to bear with me here, Semyon Vyazovoy and Yegor Shurin. These are the 3 Rookie of the Year nominees, the Alexei Cherpanov Award for the best rookie in the 24-25 KHL season. Vyazovoy had himself a .938 save percentage and a 1.8 goals against average. That is ridiculous. That guy's a rookie? What the hell? And then you had Igor Shurin, who had himself 14 points in 41 games played. Yeah, that is not going to win the Rookie of the Year. Ivan Demidov had 49 points in 65 games. I'd say it's a 2-horse race here. I'm not really going to admit anything in saying that I watched Semyon Vyazovoy do his thing with I think that's the Toros Neftekamsk. But this is one of these things where it's like, yeah, if Ivan Demidov was just played properly, if he was just given the proper role on this team for the entire year in SKA St. Petersburg, then he would have had that Rookie of the Year trophy unlocked. He would have been able to win it automatically. I mean, okay, honestly, that goaltender is really, really good. The statistical breakdown of his rookie season is just incredible, so I don't want to say guaranteed Demidov has it in the bag, but it will be close, let's just say. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're an avid KHL watcher, what are your thoughts on Demidov versus, what the hell's the guy's name again? Vyazovoy. Yeah, it's a really interesting name, but he is a full-time KHL guy who posted up some of the best goaltending numbers in the league as a rookie. So I guess Ivan Demidov does have a legit challenger here for Rookie of the Year. What the hell? Vyazovoy was the #1 KHL goaltender in save percentage this year. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, this is totally not going to be a walk in the park for Demidov. My gosh. And a Seattle prospect too? That's crazy. Anyways, let's move on to the final story that I wanted to go over here in today's video. It talks about some of the guys at the World Championships doing some good work. Like yesterday, Vinzenz Rohrer had himself a goal and an assist in a 5-2 win over Team France. This was for Team Austria. Vinzenz Rohrer is a guy that I think a lot of Canadiens fans may have forgotten about a little bit, and that's okay. I mean, he's not the highest profiled guy, but there still is a lot to like out of Vinzenz Rohrer, who is a young 20-year-old dude drafted by the Canadiens in the 3rd round, 75th overall, 2022. But Rohrer at the World Championships has been under a point per game so far, which caps off nicely a half a point a game season that he had in the Swiss League. The Austrian-born center right wing is not really the highest touted guy, but he is one of the more interesting names just due to his profile and his origin. You don't see too many Austrian-born prospects going out there and providing this much value as a 3rd round pick after all. So Rohrer doing some pretty good work for Team Austria. He is 2nd on the team in points, tied with Peter Schneider and behind Marco Kasper. So a interesting level of Austrian talent at the World Championship so far. With that in mind, though, there also are some other guys that did show off pretty well. Emil Heineman has been doing some alright things there, and Mike Matheson has been making some interesting notes, but I think we can talk about those in another video because this one is coming to an end here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Firstly, about Patrik Laine deciding to stay here in Montreal. What are your thoughts on Ivan Demidov going up for the Rookie of the Year with the best goaltender in the KHL? And in particular, World Championship talk, what are your thoughts on Vinzenz Rohrer? Let me know in the comment section all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.